Hey, what's up, folks? This is Keith, and you're watching Barber's Auto Help. Today, I've got this 2011 Ford F150 equipped with a 5.0, and I'm going to show you how to replace the EVAP Canister Purge valve, also known as the vapor management valve. Now, of course, while this is a 2011 F150 with the 5.0, this vapor management valve removal and installation process can apply to, I forget the years. Where in the world did that come from? I'm putting that in the video. Dag nabbit. Anyway, there's a few years that this 5.0 with that EVAP purge valve setup is applicable to, and I don't know the year swath on it. I'll do a little bit of research, and I'll put that in text right here on your screen. And anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, of course, you see I've got the hood popped on this thing, and if you look on the engine right here in the very front, that's your EVAP purge valve or vapor management valve, whichever, or canister purge valve, whatever you want to call it. This is responsible for sucking in the gas vapors from the EVAP system and sucking it into the engine so that that vapor can be burned. That's where it lives, just above your throttle body right there. Now, you don't need a whole lot to do this. You just basically need your hands. 1/4" drive ratchet would work with an 8mm socket. I prefer deep well. And also, it's never a bad idea to disconnect the negative battery clamp from the battery and isolate it from the battery. Now, you don't have to disconnect the negative battery clamp from the battery to do this. However, it's not a bad idea, and it can prevent accidents from happening. Of course, the vehicle is not running. You don't want the vehicle running while you do this. Now, I'm going to be doing this, and you're going to see I'm not wearing gloves. I always suggest wearing gloves. I ran out of gloves. I don't have any gloves for this video, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. But do wear some nitrile gloves, some kind of protective gloves that you're not allergic to, and also wear safety glasses whenever you're doing this project. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and disconnect this electrical connector. Push down on the tang right here, and then pull back on the connector like so. Set that to the side. Now we need to disconnect our line from the valve itself. You see these two tangs right here? You're going to push in on them like that while you push this way. And it's going to push that green piece out just a little bit there. And you can turn this just a little bit if you have to pull the green lock out just a little bit more. Go ahead and pull your line off. Like that. Set that right there. Take your ratchet and socket. Go ahead and loosen up your hold down bolts. Okay, once the hold down bolts are removed, you can just grab the valve like this, wiggle it back and forth just a little bit while you're pulling up and away. Take your new valve, and as usual, I don't have a new valve. I'm just showing you guys how to do this. Make sure your O-ring is on your new valve. You definitely have to have that. Also, it's not a bad idea to clear this area of any debris. Don't let anything fall down in that hole because that goes into your intake. Go ahead and put your new valve back in. Kind of work it in just like that. Reinstall your bolts. Now, I don't have a torque spec for these bolts, but I can tell you this, it's not too terribly tight, just kind of snug, and I do apologize, I can't quantify what snug is, but it's definitely not 100 foot-pounds, so don't over torque these. I would suggest referencing your repair manual for that specification. And no, I'm not using a torque wrench on this, but I would suggest it. Go ahead and put your line back on. You have to make sure that this green lock is pushed back. You see that right there is pushed back just like that. Go ahead and put it back on. You got to get this lock past that rib. You may have to wiggle it back and forth like this. All right. Push your lock back in like so. Give it a tug. Wiggle it back and forth. Give it a little tug, just a light tug. Just make sure it's on all the way and it's not going to fall off on you. And reconnect your electrical connector. That's pretty much it. If you did disconnect your negative battery clamp, go ahead and reconnect it. You guys, like I said, this procedure will actually apply to a lot of the Ford 5.0s and your Ford F150s and other Ford products too. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Please read the entire description down below this video before you attempt this. I may need to clarify some things, and that's where I do that. Also, please read the disclaimer at the very end of that. Thank you again for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.